What up, John?
Hey there, Jacob Burgess.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. I'm drinking some
Oh yeah,
water.
man. Yeah, I actually do have a beer this time. So we're not sponsored by Sava Vida, but it is a very cheap Honduran beer, local, really good. Fresh, organic. We love it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We have a really exciting show today. The guy that we have on is a part of he really has his fingers in a bunch of things, but we're going to be discussing something that's coming up soon for Mint. It's super exciting. They're going to be offering a bunch of things to the community, and that's what we're all about here. This is excuse me, the community. And first, I think we'll do a little bit of our promo, and then we'll bring them up. We'll let you
Yeah.
start, John.
All right. So I'm actually part of the JPEG Empire team on the Cardano blockchain. Definitely come check out the Discord. Follow us on Twitter at JPEG Empire. This is like something that I love to do with Burgess, and we just get really cool projects on, talk about their project, and it just gives you a lot more information about what's going on. We're also a part of the Wenmint Partners. So the Wenmint podcast by the NFT Machinist on Twitter.
Which we need to
Excellent
get
show.
his logo. We need to get his
Yeah,
logo
we
up.
gotta
We
put
still
it on.
haven't done that for some reason. Promise
Yeah,
we will
but
get that
it's
up.
okay. We will.
Yep.
Definitely check out those. Really great show as well. And then this is our podcast, the Lucreativity stream, I guess. There you
Hell
go.
yeah. And I wanted to talk about a couple projects that I just love. That's all we're not really sponsored by these people, but we just talk about projects we love and we try to promote the people that we love in the industry. So I usually promote Web3 Breakfast, their morning show put on by J Chains and Turbo made it. Amazing show. Our guest is actually part of that show. Sometimes he comes up and talks. It's a show for the community by the community, and it's really, really, if you want to smile in the morning and like just have a good positive mood, those are the people you need to go talk to and listen in the morning. It's the best crypto podcast out there, so please go to give them a check out. And then another NFT project that I'm a really big supporter of is the Goons. They're on Solana. They offer 3D modeling in the future. So basically your NFT is going to be able to be taken into the metaverse and video games and all kinds of things. So I'm really excited for the full reveal on that. But let's just get into the show now. Our last promo that we usually talk about, this is the guy behind it all. He is very positive. Let's bring up Carter from BNice.
Hi,
Up,
good
Carter?
evening, gentlemen. Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
It's going great. Jacob and Carter, thank you for inviting me on your show. Pardon the way I look right now; it's a little late here on the East Coast. I've been up since about 6 a.m.
Yeah, we appreciate you. This is kind of the late night crypto show what we're trying to do. I mean, I haven't done any research, but I don't really care about the other competition. But this is the late night show. So just put it out there right now.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak to your audience. And John, it's a pleasure to meet you. Jacob, I know you from showing up on the Web3 Breakfast Show, where J Chains and Turbo and 74K, they do an amazing job every morning. And I haven't been making it to the show the last week because I've been up really late working, getting everything ready for BNice's first release of an NFT on the Ethereum network. So, of course, I catch myself, staying up till 2 and then looking at the action that's going on in the crypto markets and start trading. And before I know it, it's 4 o'clock. And I'm like, oh. So I've been going on 2, 3, 4 hours sleep and been sleeping through the Web3 breakfast. But tomorrow I won't be there tomorrow either. We have investors that want to speak to us. We have never taken investor money from anyone, but with the latest advertising with this NFT mint, we've got people coming at us. And look, we're willing to listen to anyone. If somebody wants to invest in you, you got to listen. Just because somebody wants to give you money doesn't make them a good investor. When someone invests in your company, such as a venture capitalist, or they a company or a private individual wants to buy a piece of your company, you better get along because you're getting married. So,
Yeah.
generally in the case, you don't have much time to date them, but you need to make sure that they're rowing in your direction. And, I pride myself, and so do the founding partners of BNice, that we never took a dime from a single investor. We did sell last year after our event at Daytona. We did test market selling some NFTs on the XRPL. I am proud to say that there's probably only 7 of those for sale out of the, I don't know, the 174 that
Oh,
were
wow.
produced. We had given, I think, about 85 of them away to our founding members of our Telegram group. And we did not produce this NFT to monetize. It was just a test market, just to see what we could do organically on the XRPL. And, we had, prior to the show, we were talking about, hey, are you an ETH Maxi or XRPL guy? We'll get into that, but I have a lot of faith in the XRPL. I know the SEC has done their best to beat it to the ground. And, I knew it was time for me to start buying XRP again when influencers started telling me, oh, I found something better. I've sold all my coins and I bought this. That's my buy signal.
That's when
the
you know.
shillers tell you to stop buying it,
Yes.
it's go time. Now, I never stop buying XRP. I have been trading or buying XRP and holding XRP. I'm not a big trader of XRP. I use it as a currency, what it was made for. So I pay staff with it. I make international transfers to tech partners. I pay for goods and services.
Yeah.
I believe XRP is $1 eventually. It is going to be a stable coin. If you're looking for something that's going to have more of a return than XRP, I would suggest looking at XLM. That is more of a peer-to-peer transfer coin opposed to a business-to-business or banker's coin like XRP, XDC, or anything like that.
So let me ask a question about that specifically then. So you think they both have their place? Because I actually think so too, because I feel like XLM is definitely it's going to be like Venmo. You know what I mean? It's going to be like the family.
Well, do you have a Lobster wallet? Are you familiar with what a Lobster wallet is?
I don't actually have one of those. No.
Okay. So you have to understand, if I wanted to send you a payment right now with XRP or XLM, by the time your phone refreshes, it's already there. And it's going to cost a fractionary amount of a drip of 0.00001 of let's say of an XRP.
Yeah.
You're talking about, 1/100th of a penny. If it was Ethereum on a $50 transaction with Ethereum, it could cost you $23.
Yeah. 100%.
And with all of the action on the network right now, and remember, we're about to have the upgrade in the next 8 or 9 days, which we all know could go either really good or really bad. But I'm pretty sure Vitalik has got this with all the competition out there right now with these other coins like AVAX and Solana. He can't be slipping. And the original OG of tech in the blockchain space, he's not going to lose. So don't ever bet against that kid. I mean,
you see it with ETHgate. You know what I mean? Like, all the information came out, and what is going on? Nothing.
It doesn't matter. You're going to get. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're the president of the United States, you're Mike Tyson, or you're the paper boy. People are going to say good or bad things about you. So all press is good press, in my opinion, as someone who is in the public spotlight. But I personally pride myself on, having a good reputation. I try to do the right thing, and don't mind my cat. She's going to sing praises to your show.
It's okay.
This is the time of night where she begs to be fed again. She's what I would refer to as a Democrat. So no offense to anybody who believes in giving away all their money. So yes, I'm a reform capitalist. I believe in working your ass off and making what you make. And, I have no problem paying taxes. So if you want nice things, go to work. But it's not my job to pay for you to sit around, get a shitty degree, and complain about the debt that you acquired. We all have choices. I grew up in a
Damn.
broken family. I grew up with zero education. I have
Yeah.
zero education other than the street. I just about barely graduated high school. I left high school. I was dating my high school sweetheart, and who I married, who I'm still married to, and we made it, and we did it. We learned a lot of hard lessons, but we did it somehow, some way. We made it. Our children are both through college, happy and healthy. They both have their own homes. Lori and I, along with our cat, who's hanging with us here, Molly, and our dog Honey Bear, we just do our thing.
Carter,
where are we going with this?
all right. So quick question.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So first thing is, so where did you grow up?
So that's interesting. So I was born in St. Petersburg, Florida, along with all of my siblings. I have 3 other siblings. Unfortunately, things happen, and my parents separated, and my mother and grandmother took my sister and I and I have 2 brothers that are from my father's first marriage, who were in New York State. But my grandmother and mother took my sister and I to New Jersey, where my mother and my grandmother, both grew up, and where their family was. And unfortunately, the family that I left behind in Florida, who I'm very close to, they're is my biological father, who is 82 years old, and of course his sister, my aunt, who's 86. But my blood cousin, who happens to be one of Florida's top cops. We're really proud of Todd Carter. I think he's like number 2 in the highway patrol. He lives up in the Tallahassee area. Very proud of Todd and all of his amazing accomplishments. He's a good cop. He had the best job in the world. He ran like the academy for years, best aggressive driver in the world. A lot of fun.
That's sick. That's awesome.
We always had dreams of being cops as kids. Like we used to watch Chips, and like I'm not a big Law and Order guy, but we just wanted to drive fast. Like we've always had this addiction to cars, and the faster the better, and the louder the better, and the shinier the better. It's a lot of fun. All three of so even my sister is an automotive enthusiast. She lives in Georgia, and her husband, they're into fast cars too. And I've every year of my driving life, I've had a hell of a fast car. I've had a lot of good cars. I've had some bad ones. When I say
What's your
bad ones,
fastest car that you've had that you enjoy driving?
That's a great question.
the
Yeah.
fastest car I had in a
Yes.
straight, like something you would drive straight, or something that you would just make a daily driver.
Straight.
Let's say straight.
The fastest car, I got to think about that, because over the years I've had a lot of. I used to build motors in my garage, and transmissions and rears, and we used
Was
to
there
do
one that left an impression on you that, like,
Yes.
you think about
the
her?
fastest
you know what I
all-around
mean?
car I ever had in my life was a 1974 Pontiac Formula 455. It was 4-speed manual. It had what they call a big block engine, so it was like 8.1
You took it from a
liters
bigger
or
car.
something.
Is humongous.
Massive.
Yeah, just
motor.
humongous.
And it was super front end. Dude, this cat is destroying a brand new bag. Hey, get out of here. It's a little bag. Hey, stop clawing up my fucking bag. Excuse me.
No,
It's
you're
okay.
good. You're good.
All right. Pardon me.
All right.
It's all
So,
Totally good.
honestly, the cat was on a brand new bag. So,
good. Good.
the damage is done, but let's cut it off. That car was so fast that I got a lot of tickets with it. I had Chevelles, I had older Camaros, Novas, all sorts of stuff. But it was primarily growing up. My mother remarried, and her husband was big on General Motors or Mopar products.
Mhm.
And
That's
so
really
that
what sparked your passion, or
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was environment. I mean, I didn't have the best childhood growing up. I always had to work. I got my first job when I was 11 years old, which was a paper route, and I immediately realized that there was no money in papers.
Yeah.
But there was money in
I've done that
selling
before.
stuff. And I
I've done that
realized that I could talk to people and I wasn't afraid to ask.
Mhm.
And I contribute all of my negotiating skills and how I present myself to my grandmother, God rest her soul, Evelyn. And she owned an antique shop / pawn shop / I don't know, video store. It was like a weird setup. And, she was a lot of fun. And Grandma Evelyn loved us very dearly, but she was very German and very vicious. And she would beat the brakes off you with one of her clogs if you. I'll tell you the great story about her. And I wish she was sitting here. And right now, I would trade anything. If you said, Carter, you could have $1 million or you could be with somebody for a day, I'd take the day with my grandmother. She was that awesome. But I will tell you, the time she tried to kill me. I was like 15 or 16 years old, and I got caught with some girl, making out with some girl at the high school, and they called the house and they said that I got caught, with my hand up her shirt or whatever it was, and probably. And my grandmother was like seething angry and very Catholic, and I didn't know that they called her. And I came strolling through the door after detention, right? I think detention was 45 minutes, whatever. I just did my homework. And I remember walking home, and when I got to the house, it was winter and it was dark. And I was like, why is it so dark in the house? So I put my key in the door and the door was locked. I'm like, shit, there's nobody home. So I unlocked the door, but grandma's car was there. And I saw a light up in my sister's room, and my mother was, I guess, working. I came in the house. It was all dark and quiet. I looked over in the corner, and there's a shadowy figure sitting in the recliner. And she goes, Carter Nies, you've been bad. You've sinned. Oh, shit. I mean, like, you didn't play with grandma, right? Right? Like, I was a big kid. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall. And right now, about 245 pounds. Back then, when I was in high school, from the time I was 11, 12, 13 years old, I was 6 feet tall. I've been the big kid always. She was fast. Like, she broke loose. I broke loose. We were ripping through this big old house that she owned, and she grabbed this wooden spoon. And I don't know how she caught up to me. I'm telling you, I was quick. But she caught me. She got her mitt on me. And she hits me with this big wooden spoon. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, it was like 18 inches, right? With a big, big spoon. And it breaks over my head. And I made a mistake. I laughed at her.
Oh, man,
She spun it around.
I've done that.
Stuck it right in my back.
I've freaking done that with my freaking
She
dad,
literally
too,
stabbed me
so.
with the end of the wooden spoon that was it was like a giant toothpick, and she stabbed me in through my shoulder blade, ruined the whole football season. I couldn't play. It cut. I mean, like, if it went this much farther, it would have went into one of my lungs. I mean, in between ribs, man. She got me.
Jesus, that sounds awful.
And, oh, it was great, man. And then she didn't stop there. I mean, but I did get away from her. I did actually get away from her, and I knocked on the neighbor's door. And he knew my grandmother well, and he was like, yeah, your grandma, she hits the bottle every night. And I never realized my grandma was like a closet schnapps drinker, little old German lady. And she was so mad. She got pickled, and he drove me over. This is how different things were. Let's see here. 30 plus years ago.
Let's bring it back to automotive.
I just got to tell you about grandma. She was awesome.
Business.
All
Yeah.
right? I mean,
I hear you.
Grandma was great, but God rest her soul. But grandma had a cool car. So we're going to talk about that. So what really got me into cars was grandma. Grandma had a Plymouth Fury that had a small block in it. And that thing was like 3 on the tree. I don't know if you guys understand. I mean, you guys are a little young, so you could shift a car on the column. It's called 3 on the tree, 3 gears.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Had
it's just like a truck.
Yeah, 3 on the tree.
Yeah.
And she knew how to drive it. And she used to like get upset with like these kids with like these like mufflers and stuff, and she would smoke them. So that's where and grandma was also cool because grandma taught us to drive when we were like 8, 9 years old. So we used to get to sit on grandma's lap and drive. So that's where it really came from. Me, my cousins, my brothers. my sister. We all got to drive with grandma. So that's where it came from. So you go ahead and there you go.
Hey,
There you go. But
is. Beautiful.
it was a lot. It wasn't a pretty red like that. It was like a yellow bird color. It was terrible. It was
Oh,
a
like that
big,
ugly like eggshell yellow, like
yep. It was
ish.
a
Yeah.
big,
I
it was
don't
a
like that. I hate
big,
that.
ugly car. But it
Yeah.
was a tank, and of course, like I mentioned, Grandma used to drink, so
Yep,
there it is. Holy shit! I
There it
remember that
is.
ugly
Yep.
car.
Yeah, that's like an
She used
eggshell.
to,
Blech.
she used to wipe the garbage cans out with that thing. She used to drive that car by feel. Watch out, here comes Granny. But on to more automotive questions. What else you got?
Heck yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
I know you've talked to me a little bit about how you've worked in the automotive industry before.
I have for
Yeah,
my
like,
whole life.
yeah. So, like, what would you say, like,
What's your professional background?
yeah, like, what's your professional background? Like, what's the most
So
proud part of your professional career there?
working in, like I mentioned, I didn't have any education, any formal education. And when I was 18 years old, my stepfather told me that it was time to get out. And, like I started telling you guys, I've been working since I was 11 years old. And I started working, doing a paper route. And then I worked for a company that sold magazine subscriptions. And I did that from 12, 13, 14 years old. I used to rock it. I was making $600-700 a week as a kid. And you're looking at somebody who's got his communion money, got to save for a rainy day. So I started saving immediately, and one of my older brothers started helping me invest that money way back then. By the time I was 18 years old and my stepfather was like, get the fuck out of my house, I was like, with pleasure. And I already owned I had a boat, and I already had 3 cars. So
That's crazy.
I had nicer cars than him and my mom did. And, he was just he's still living. He found Jesus, so he's chilled out, but he wasn't a good stepfather. He was a real piece of shit. And I say that on record. Hope he sees this. End of the day, we graduated high school, my now wife, and we did what we had to do, and we got our own place. And back then you could rent a house, this is 30 years ago. You could rent a house for $800 a month with the utilities. And we made a family. And, by the time a year and a half went by, she got pregnant, and she was like, hey, I'm pregnant. I wasn't even 20 years old yet, but I was a grown man with a fucking job, and like a great job. I was already working in the auto industry. I had gone to.
Yeah, what were you doing? What was the specifics of that?
I had an uncle who ran a Lincoln store, and I went to him for a job when I first moved into my own place, and he laughed in my face, and he said that I was a stupid kid, and I should think about college, and if I couldn't get into college, I need to go in the military, and that's where I'll end up because I'm stupid, and all these horrible. He said all these nothing positive. This is like my blood uncle, and he said, I think he was angry at my mother or whatever the case may be, but he was running a Ford Lincoln Mercury dealership, which was in Keyport, New Jersey, about 15 miles from where I lived in Brick. And I've never been anybody that you can tell that I can't have something or do something.
What was the earliest price that you saw Bitcoin? Because I mean, like, we touched on
I'll get to that story.
Bit.
That story's coming. I'm going to tell you that. So my uncle wouldn't give me a job, and what I did was back then we had phone books and phone booths, and I left that dealership, and there was a 7-Eleven that I'd seen up the road. So I said, I know where a phone is at. So I pulled to the phone, called my girlfriend, and said, hey, my uncle told me to go get lost, and but I'm not giving up today. I'm going to find a better job than what I have. I'm going to go to his competition. I opened up the phone book, realized that there was an actual dealership in the town that I already lived in, same brand, picked up the phone, dropped in 20 cents, made a call, asked for the manager, said, hi, my name is Carter Nies, and I want to learn how to sell cars. The guy laughed at me on the phone and hung up. I was like, what is wrong with these people? So I went to that dealership. Now let's fast forward here. They hired me on the spot, by the way, and I started working. The first customer I spoke to, I sold a car to. It was the easy peasy lemon squeezy, right?
Hell yeah.
So you want to talk about Bitcoin? First time I saw Bitcoin. So let's fast forward about to 2012.
Jeez, that early.
Yeah. So
Oh
I'm
my
going to tell
gosh,
you
I would
all
hate
about my
myself.
experience
I
with
was
Bitcoin.
sadly earlier than that, so don't feel bad.
Well, I'm talking about the first time I physically bought one.
Yeah, like I
So,
had like it was in my friend was mining it in his room. So
so
I
I
was
don't
like,
even
oh,
remember how much it was. I actually have a screenshot somewhere. Hold on, let me see.
Had
If
to
I
be
can.
fractions of a
It was
few
nothing.
pennies.
I that's why I have to look it up.
yeah.
So what ended up happening was I had become a sales manager in 2010. I finally became like no, it was 2008, excuse me. I'd become a manager and I had trained a salesperson who I became really close with, and I just got promoted to general manager of the dealership, and I was like a really young GM, and I was doing consulting work. I had a consulting business, and this kid really, really liked me. He quit on me, went to Arizona, and came back, and he knocked on my door on a Sunday, and he said to me, hey, I'm back in town. I want to talk to you about, there's something I got to share with you because we always did investments together and always made money on your picks. And, can I come in and can I have a drink? And, I brought him in my house and he starts talking about magic internet money. And it was like $15 a coin.
Yeah,
And
the earliest on the internet that it shows the chart is $327 in November of 2015. So you're talking about 2012, like 3 years earlier than that.
mm-hmm. So
Oh yeah.
I don't. I think so. We by the way, we had like these really crappy computers back then. I mean, I'm sure you remember how terrible
Oh
computers
yeah,
were. The
they were
screen was like,
garbage.
and I
Garbage.
remember him like it was taking forever to get to the site, and he got there, and he was like showing me this chart, and he was like so proud to show me like where it started at like fractions of a penny and where it was, and he's like telling me, he's like, I'm telling you that, he goes, 20 years from now, these are going to be worth $1 million a piece. And that, it's not like our money that, they can just keep printing it. There's a finite
Gosh,
supply of Bitcoin.
I wish I wish the guy I knew frickin' said something like that, because this is him. So he's like, he went to college, he got his computer science degree, and this dude's like, basically we're like high schoolers or whatever. He's like elementary school dude. I'm not even joking. Like on computer, like messing around with the internet. We're super, super nerdy. But he's literally mining it like in the room and just joking about it like it's nothing. Like joking around with his like super computer nerds that he talks to
Solving very
online.
simple transactions.
Yeah, super dumb. Just super dumb. And he was just like, "Oh, it's just a joke. It will never take off or whatever." He's like, and then like I remember talking about him like a couple months later, I'm like, "Hey, are you still doing that thing?" He's like, "Nah, I just got rid of it, gave up on it, whatever." 2 years later, he's just like,
Yeah.
no, what did I do? But it's
You're going
like,
to hear a
but
very
that's the
similar
thing.
story
But that's the
very
thing. It's like
shortly.
a joke, It's like a
Yeah.
joke to a lot of people back then, and it's really not a joke. It's
Because
not a
it
joke at
didn't
all.
seem real. Like,
Yeah, it didn't seem
too good to
real.
be true. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up buying like $100 worth just to get him out of my house. All right. I mean, it was crazy and it was so hard to buy it. And he's like, listen, we got to go to my buddy's electronics shop to buy it. I'm like, what?
He's got
So
the
back in
computer
the
for it,
day, you had to go
probably.
to people that had ways of buying it. So I had to pay, I paid the guy cash, $100 bill. He charged me 1 Bitcoin to buy it. So it was like $15.60 each. And I was like, all right, screw it. Gave me a wallet address. I took the wallet address. I put it in my, leather wallet with the fiat. And I took that home. And it was like 2 or 3 months later, I found that piece of paper and I put it in this cigar box that that was my grandfather's, that when he passed, it was filled with like his jewelry and rings and pictures. And I threw the seed phrase in there along with the wallet address. Well, let's fast forward 2 years. my oldest son was into video games and video game competitions, and he would win video game competitions, and he'd get a couple of these Bitcoin, and they were worth like a couple $100. And then I was like, wait a minute, don't I have some of those somewhere? So I go into the and I find a little piece of paper, and computers had moved around, and I'm trying to, it was like Bitfinex or something. I can't remember what the exchange was.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
logged in, and all of a sudden it was like, something that was worth $84 or $85, all of a sudden was worth like 490. And I was like, well, that's interesting. How do I sell it? And then I looked at how much time it was going to take and what the process was. It was like, you know what? Forget it. Put it back. But this time I put it in a baseball card sleeve, right? Because I knew it was worth something, and I put it away. I stayed away from crypto, and I had a lot of responsibility. My job progressed, and it got better and better and better. Things, doing consulting work and just moving through life. Let's just call it that. And in 2017,
when
I
it
went
hit
to
a
visit.
lot.
I went to visit my brother in. He had moved from Syracuse, New York, to Celebration, Florida, where BNice main headquarters is at. And I get down there, and we're talking about the stock market. And he's like, he goes, you're not in crypto? And I was like, what are you talking about crypto? What do you mean by crypto? He's like XRP and Litecoin, and he's going on and on about all, most of the coins he was talking about are gone.
Digital scarcity. He's
Yeah,
talking
all
about
this and
the ones that
Bitcoin,
died.
Bitcoin, and he's telling me how much Bitcoin is worth. And I was like, wait a minute, I think I have some Bitcoin. And he's like, well, how much Bitcoin do you have? And I said, well, I don't really remember, but I know I have some. So I call up to my wife in Jersey, and I'm like, how much is, give me the whole gist of like the Bitcoin phrase. And she read it to me, and I wrote it all down, and we signed it, and they were like over 1,000 a piece. And now I had my attention. I was like, whoa, okay, how do I sell it? My brother had a Coinbase account, and right then and there on the spot, I was like, holy shit, it's like $7,800 here.
Hell yeah.
I sold everything but two of them. And, it was nice, ended up with 50 something $100. It made that trip even better.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember coming home with the money and buying my wife and I a vacation to somewhere. And, but I started buying other cryptos.
So
And
that's what got you into crypto. Like that's really
Yeah.
what was
Well,
the driving
that and
force
yeah,
right there. Yeah.
that and being somebody who has done a lot of business with banks and realizing, I'm a true XRPL maxi.
Yeah. We
And
remember you
I
talking about that a
understand
little bit. Yeah.
right. I understand the banking system. Most people don't understand the banking system and how it's designed to work against you and to keep you
it's
poor.
fucked.
And a centralized entity such as Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, Santander, they are like basically set up as loan sharks by our Federal Reserve, by our government, and the contracted Federal Reserve, who is a private money-making organization.
Yes.
And a centralized organization that's, obviously the Rothschild family and all their other cronies. It's just designed to keep us enslaved. So when I realized the value of crypto and how it would empower and free the masses, and I mean the gains. I mean, who doesn't like to see a 30% gain? I mean, you're not seeing that with Apple every day.
Yeah, like I just saw one the other day, I swear. Freaking
You're going to see it with
yeah.
okay, so Nvidia, you know what I mean? Like you're going to have some stocks that pop off. You've got, there's only 7 stocks on the S&P 500 that anybody cares about anyway. You know, the rest aren't performing. So there's going to be some noise here as my kids come through the door.
How dare they? How dare they come home?
So
Same
regarding
deal.
crypto, I was totally obsessed with it. And I just started buying. And of course, all the mistakes that people make in their first year of crypto, I made them and then some, all sorts of weird emotional decisions. And, you know, I made a big hit on, I can't even remember what coin it was that I made a big hit on. I think it was like DNT or something stupid, or OMG coin or something. I don't know. I made
some random shit,
crazy, like 3x, and I was hooked. And you know, it was a weird 3x too, because I went to bed and it was like $3 or 30 cents, and I woke up and it was like $1. And I was like, sell, you know, and I made like $15,000 or $20,000 that day. And I thought I was like the Duke of Earl. I was like, I know everything, row, and started like just FOMOing in. And I caught the market top and I got wrecked.
Yeah,
and,
a lot of I've heard a lot of people do that. I never did it.
I guess not everybody.
I've heard a lot of people do that.
But I still held those 2 Bitcoin. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, and that went
do you
on.
Still hold those 2 Bitcoin?
I do. And
never let it go. Never let it go.
Not those old ones like that. And you know, like I have a lot of friends that are in the Web3 music industry, and there may come a time that with the BNice platform that we are going to start, we would inscribe, you know, Satoshis on our platform. Cool. So I got them.
Cool.
You know,
speaking of that, I think it's about time that we actually, like, you know,
get to why we're here.
Back up and get to why we're here. But let's talk about BNice. Let's talk about the Speed Pass Mint that is coming up. Let's talk about the BNice token. You got all kinds of stuff in the works right now, and it is literally geared just to give away, just to give. And it's so cool.
Well, it's set up. Look, and I'm going to be 100%.
This is what he does every day. This is what he does every day. This
is what I do all day. So all I do is talk about BNice all day long. And respectfully, so let's start with what BNice is all about and how it was formed and who we are. So BNice, let's start with the logo. BNice is a play on our last name. Our last name is Nies, Nies, but nobody pronounces it correctly. They call us Nice. So I've been called Carter Nies my whole life. My brother, Brian, who goes by the name Papa, all right, who is the oldest brother in our family, his name is Brian. And in the old neighborhood, they used to call me C. They used to call him B. They used to call our other brother G. They call our sister J. He was BNice. Growing up, he was BNice. Hey, go see Nice. Go see J Nice. Go see G Nice. BNice. And it had a better ring to it. So
yeah, it definitely has a ring to it, for sure.
He's called the BNice family, right? So yeah, so I grew up in the shadow of my brother, which is fine, and to this day,
me too.
Very successful, loved individual. If anybody ever gets the opportunity to meet the president of BNice, Brian Nies, he is Mr. BNice. He is a phenomenal individual. I'm a nice guy, but he's 100 times nicer. I'm really not so nice. I'm the gatekeeper. I'm the more aggressive one. I'm the one that's my job to protect the company. Now, BNice is going to be a lot of things, but we're going to start with the basics here. The basics we are a digital asset platform. We're a tokenized asset platform. We're going to do NFTs. We're going to fractionalize fine art. When I say fractionalized fine art, I have artists that paint their paintings sell for $1 million plus. Now, I don't have $1 million laying around. I'm a crypto founder. All that money's gone, right? In development. So
lost it in a fishing trip on a boat, on a boating accident.
Yeah, I wish I could make an insurance claim of some sort.
Shit.
No, but if you have $1 million painting and you sell 10,000 NFTs at $100 a piece, that means 10,000 people can own one piece of art. And if you know anything about fine art, it's outperformed every world market except Bitcoin. Uh, Up till last year, fine art outperformed all asset classes for the last 35 years. It's destroyed the S&P for the last 40 years. So
Art never dies. Art will
art never
never die.
dies, and there's a lot of speculation of why art has value. I'm not here to judge people and say why art has value and why people put a price on something. This picture behind me is a T. Catalano original. T is a very famous artist in the jiu-jitsu world and in the grappling world. This is a very rare picture of a sunset that he painted.
It's
T
definitely
is an
wild.
amazing individual. His average painting, I've been offered 10,000 for that, and I've passed on it because he gave it to me for my birthday last year, and I refuse to sell any art. I will sell NFTs if I discover I'm not good with the project or I don't like something that I see. But generally, I support a lot of projects. I'll buy their NFTs and I'll just put them in one of my wallets and just forget about them. Um, I have I have a lot of NFTs right now on many chains. I
For
never
sure.
stop buying
Was that linked to BNice?
Excuse me?
Is that linked to BNice, or is that you're talking about fractionalizing art? But
Fractionalizing the art is all BNice,
okay,
but
yeah,
we have to be very careful with that, and we're working with several different entities right now because when you fractionalize something that's physical and then you promise that it's going to gain value, it becomes a security. So
Carter.
yes.
Carter, just like our last show, we were actually on with Eddie from the Platypus Cyberpunks, which is an NFT project on Cardano, and his whole thing that we were just going through is he's doing fractionalized real estate, and so like he's going to be actually the first project that has SEC and FIRNA approval for fractionalized tokenized real estate stuff.
I'm
But
not doubting that, but are you sure about him being the first?
he's on
in
I think on Cardano. He's
on
not
On
the first.
Cardano,
Though.
yeah.
Yeah, he's not the first. No.
I implore you to check out a company called Obi Coin, OBI Coin. That's going to ride on the
Yes.
XRPL. All right.
Okay,
So
got it. So on the XRPL.
I
All right,
think
let's get back to
yeah,
BNice though. Let's get back to BNice though.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
worries.
Yeah.
So we were talking about BNice being a tokenized. Let's see here. It's an NFT platform. It's a music NFT platform. It's a tokenized asset platform. That's first and foremost. But we're a curated art platform. So we're going to be selling curated IRL art and digitized art. So I have right now, for proof of concept, I have 10 top tier IRL artists, such as T. Catalano, who are contracted to the BNice platform, where they're going to be producing their master works along with us digitizing those master works so that the general public, look, not everybody in this world wants a physical painting. I was in a home last week, an ultra modern home that had LED screens in the walls, flush. And the dude
I
had
would
his
love
NFTs.
that. I would love
Dude,
it.
it was epic. He had apes and I'm not promoting, and look, I'm not promoting the apes, the pudgies. I'm not promoting anybody's token
but
or any of
that's
this stuff.
cool.
I'm telling you, it was dope as fuck, man.
Yes.
And like it was cool. All right. It was super cool. And the house was ultra modern. I mean, he had like a glass floor with a river and all sorts of fish. I mean, it was a perfect example of when you have so much money and you don't know what to spend it on, and you find like amazing ways to spend your crypto. So
aren't you doing something like with the metaverse, kind of
we are, but what
something
we
like
did
that?
was, yeah. So let me back up a little bit here about BNice. So we started as a metaverse project, and we did spend quite a bit of money, on developing some assets, but we've actually held off. We're pulling back on those assets, and we did release a very short fly through of some of the stuff that we've designed, which was, it's called BNice Dark City. It's
You showed me a little
cool
preview.
cyberpunk environment, but you got to understand what happens in the world of technology. It's awesome today and it's old tomorrow.
Yep.
So even though we used Unreal Engine it's now what I would consider to be old tech. It was proof of concept. We have our own Unreal Engine developer on staff. I could have him design anything. I have one of the best 3D developers out there, Lane Digital, who is now contracted to us, who finished up and basically did our NFT that we're about to drop.
But now, yeah, like I said, so now your main focus then is going to be like your wallet and your NFT mint and the experience with that. So
we're going to start.
I guess,
we're going to start with NFTs. We're going to start with this NFT drop, and this is we're going to segue into the BNice Speed Pass here. So, what the BNice Speed Pass is really the key to being whitelisted into our token launch and the next NFT project. So, the BNice Speed Pass, there are 4 different levels to this thing. All right, and we're only doing 3,333. And you're going to have a gold tier. And the gold tier could also be one of 6 different colors. So we took the color palette for the 2024 Corvette, and we used those colors in the gold tier. So it'll either be gold or it'll be one of, 5 or 6 colors. There will be 2,333 of those.
Nice.
What you get with those, and there's quite a bit of value in this. Now, look, the reason why we are actually giving things away is because we are trying to spread our brand awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go through this real quick here. So what we're going to do is we're going to whitelist folks into the BNice token launch, but we're also going to give you an airdrop. So the standard airdrop, and there's 4 tiers here. So you're not going to know what tier you've purchased. What ends up happening is we're going to have a reveal. So people are going to be able to buy these up, and then once we're done minting, we'll do a reveal. Mm-hmm. And that's when the action is going to happen. So let's talk about the tiers here. So tier 1 is gold, and that's going to give you a 2,500 BNice token airdrop. Of course, the whitelist to the pre-sale. Okay, it's a pre-sale. You're going to want to be on a pre-sale. And then you are going to get all the unlockable content from our 5-day event in Daytona. So that is the Celebration Exotic Car Show for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, then a couple days at Daytona International Speedway.
Yeah, that stuff sounds insane. That's
crazy. That stuff sounds unbelievable experience.
Fun. Yes.
We're going to do that up, and everyone's going to get a BNice party pack. What's a BNice party pack? Well, a couple BNice beer koozies. We're going to send you some of our holographic stickers that everybody loves, along with a BNice fashion tee by one of our artists and art curator, Josh Pears. Awesome. 2,333 of those, okay, of that specific NFT. Now, then you're going to have that's tier 4. So tier 3 is platinum, and you get all of those things that we spoke of in tier 4, but your airdrop becomes 5,000 tokens, and you also get one of our BNice hoodies. Everybody loves our BNice hoodies. If you were down at Art Basel, Miami, and you saw them, everybody wanted them. People were stealing them from each other. I actually had somebody in the airport try to buy the one that I had on my back. It was crazy.
That's amazing. That's when you know you have a good product.
I did some hardcore guerrilla marketing with that, didn't I? You saw what I did. Yeah. So then we have tier 2. Now let's talk about real quick. The platinum tier is only 975 that I just spoke of. All right. So we're going to give 975 hoodies away in that, along with everything from tier 4. The airdrop goes up. Now then there's carbon. Carbon is only 20. There are 20 carbon NFTs. And that means you're going to get everything from tier 4 and tier 3, but you're going to be part of the BNice Daytona racing experience. That's right.
Yes.
You and a guest. We just unveiled this. It's not just you. You can bring a guest, but one of you get a ride in the BNice. I'm sorry, that's not true. You get to hang out in the garage. You get to hang out at the track, meaning you can physically be in our shop. So we'll be there with 5 other cars that are in our group, in our Corvette club. And we'll have a couple of our cars there. We'll have 2 Corvettes of our own there, one which we're going to race, and one Maybe, I don't know. It isn't broken in 100% yet. I'm trying to get my brother to put miles on it so that we
So
can.
are you like part of that team too? Like, so
I
part of
am, but
that
I don't race.
Daytona.
I don't
Yeah.
drive on the track anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I've had some health issues the last couple of years where my reflexes aren't what they used to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm healthy now, but I did have you know, some medical issues due to I was really overweight. I was like 80 or 90 pounds heavier than this. And I blacked out behind the wheel of a car and just came to a rolling stop. Like the universe wasn't done with me yet, you know. I should have been dead, but at that point in time, I mean, I just won't risk it. You know, I've got too much good living to do and too many people depending on me. So I'll do the responsible thing and I'll stay and on the radio and coach my brother.
For sure.
So the carbon level is going to give you the BNice Daytona racing experience. You're going to hang with us in the garage. You're going to be right with the racing team. You'll be able to sit in the car, but you're not going for a ride on carbon. All right. There's only X amount of spaces, but you will get a BNice swag bag with $1,000 worth of tech in it.
Yeah.
So
And we're not going to say what's in them, but they're going to be
some
really good. Like I'm saying, like really good.
Well, there's more. So that's the tier 2 bag.
That's just
okay?
tier 2. Yeah. We have 2 more.
So, right. And of course, we're going to have parties on every night that we have the events there. So, of course, and I'm going to come out here and say this. Anybody who buys a speed pass is more than welcome to come down to Florida to Daytona. I just can't let you in the garage. You know, there's over so many people I can allow into a speed shop, especially when cars are coming in and out and we're fixing things and things are breaking and people are pissed off and tire changes and all sorts of things are happening. We just don't want to. Guys, I'm on a live stream here. So let's not do that right now. Please, both you guys. I'm on a live stream. I know you're upset, but let's not do that in my house. So end of the day, most important thing here is that people are safe and sound and we don't have anything to stress out about when we're trying to have a good experience, and we want people to have a good time. And at the end of the day, you know, it's a blast. It's so much fun. I can't begin to explain how much fun the BNice Daytona experience is. So tier 1, there's going to be 5, and that's the holographic side. Holographic card. Tier 1 is going to give you a $5,000 value swag bag. As long as you're medically capable and you're sober, you're going to get a ride on the track. Probably 2 laps or 3 laps in the BNice Corvette. If you can't handle 160 or you can't handle 180 miles an hour, don't get in the car. Let your friend who you bring with you go.
For sure.
It's a hell of an experience. And I'm going to come out and say this like immediately. We have racing suits. They'll be clean, but people are going to sweat in them. So I'm telling all you ballers who are going to win, because there's already people that are trying to finagle their way down, buy your own racing suit. You can get one for between $400 and $1,000. If you're a baller, come with your own suit. You don't need to wear one of mine. So, you know, and you can't get in the car without one. So I think we got a half dozen of them, but you know, a racing suit is a racing suit. And
so for this speed pass, what is the mint price and when is that mint occurring?
So mint price
And
is
where?
0.06. And, you know, Ethereum's going up. The price is 0.06. That's how much it is. And we do business in Ethereum. So this project is Ethereum. We've got X amount of Ethereum figured out to make the project work. 0.06 is the number.
So that's $234.
Yeah, and 85 cents or something. And, you know, look, we could have minted this through another network like Optimism but they don't have the capability of what this asset is. This asset is a music video NFT framed in a 3D frame.
Can I give a little? Is the video on your Twitter? Is that the one that it's
Yeah,
like
that's
kind of
not
like a
really the asset.
preview?
You know, it's
Okay,
really
yeah.
interesting. That's
Should we show them the little
close.
preview at
You
least?
can show the preview, be my guest. I mean, it's close,
Yeah.
but it isn't anything compared to the physical assets. And Jacob, I think I might have texted you one. I was like, please,
Yeah.
please delete it. Yeah.
Oh, it's deleted.
It's
It's gone.
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I trust you.
I
This
was
will
gonna
give you
put
an idea of the level of work that was put into the BNice speed pad. And we purposely made the video glitchy for this so people can copy it.
And it's sick too because the car is actually like digital too, and it's like
It is. That's all done
in a
with Unity.
Yeah.
All done in house, right at BNice.
Yeah, it's sweet. We love it.
Yeah, we put a lot of time and effort into creating that asset. And there's an interesting story about Lane Digital and how I met him. I mean, I've only known Lane for 3 weeks now. And it's just so crazy how the universe works and all of the people at BNice and how we've all come together. We went down to Celebration. Unfortunately, one of my cousins was involved in a tragic moped accident. Don't drink in moped, okay?
No.
He hit a pothole and went over the thing and got run over by a car. He lived through it. And the surgeries killed him. So nevertheless, a month after him passing on his birthday, we had a service for him. That's what brought me to Florida. I had zero intention of leaving the project and my team, but I saw the opportunity for collaboration. I will never, one thing about Carter over here, C Money or Uncle Carter, whatever you want to call me, is I always make the best of every situation. So I realized that I was going to Florida. Okay, well, I'm going to be around the car that's wrapped. So I'm going to get more content of the car. And then I started thinking about the artist that sang the BNice song. And I was like, let me call Nessie and see what he's up to. So I called Nessie and I FaceTimed him so I could see exactly where he's at. And Nessie was sitting in his bedroom and he just looked, it was Detroit and winter. And I'm like, what's going on, Nessie? He's like, I'm here. It's winter. It's cold. And I said, well, Nessie, I'm in Florida. You want to come down? And he said, of course I want to come down. I said, great. Give me your government name. Let me get you a ticket. So I got him down and I picked up the telephone. And I called Darius and I'm like, hey, Darius, I got Nessie flying in the next 8 hours. Call his girlfriend, Darius's girlfriend, Rini. I said, find out, Rini can drive you over, or you drive over, or the two of you come over. I want to have you guys remix the BNice jingle.
And it sounds great.
Thank you.
And it sounds great. I love it. I think it's so catchy. I love hearing it all, in all the videos and the freaking spaces on Twitter and everything. You're just like,
I'm really glad that you guys appreciate it. The only thing I did was pick the beat and then he made the song around it. And it's exactly what I wanted. I won't tell you how much I paid for it. I paid for it. I paid for that song and for the full rights to it. But you're hearing it here. I'm still going to take care of him nicely when we mint out. I wish nothing but the best for all of my Web3 musicians and artists. Darius and Nessie are the two that are working with me right now. I do have other Web3 artists. One is a juvenile, so I can't mention her name without her father's permission.
Let's touch on one more thing because we're getting actually close to the end of the show. No worries. It's all good. I know you got a lot to say and you're really energetic and
I think you want to know when the mint day
so
is.
There's two things. One, mint day, and then if you have anything else that you want to talk about with the BNice token, any details on that at all, that you can cover that, and then I think we'll probably get close to wrapping it.
Very cool. So here's an honest answer. I thought we were going to mint on Sunday. We're not going to mint on Sunday. We're testing the contract, and we're not going to have a situation where we tell people it's time to mint at 8 p.m. and there's something wrong. Yeah. So I will not embarrass myself or our team. We pride ourselves on efficiency and doing what's right and being nice about it. Two, regarding the BNice token. The BNice token is a utility token that can be utilized on the BNice platform for minting your collections, buying your favorite NFTs, using it with the BNice custom wallet, which we'll get into the next time I'm on your show, and reducing gas fees to almost 0%.
Yeah, that's
Think
super
of it
exciting.
like BNB, but a lot more of a fair shake. BNB usually gives you like a 50 or 60% discount. We're talking about 80% discount using BNice tokens.
Nice.
Other things you'll be able to do with BNice tokens if you hold our NFTs. And I'm going to give people a reason. A lot of people are concerned with this NFT that if they buy it after they get the merch, it won't have value. Well, it will have value because if you want to stake any of your BNice tokens, you need to hold one of these NFTs. That's for starters. For two, if you want to use any of the DeFi capabilities we have coming down the road and borrow against your NFTs that you own or your cryptocurrency, you're going to need to hold one of our NFTs. So there's a lot of utility and future utility. Now, look, if I could say, hey, I'm going to give you an APY, I would, but it would make it a security. So I can't tell you you're going to make a percentage owning it. I can tell you that you can own one and then buy tokens and then stake your tokens. And then because you own that pass and you already own these tokens, which you bought off of DEX, then it's not a security. Now, I want to tell you guys one thing about the BNice project. We are 80% developed. That's correct. 80%. So what I'm close. I just need to raise some capital and I'm doing that through this NFT project. I will have enough to pretty much be done and, put proper monies up on DEX. I will support the airdrop, meaning I will have money set aside for those tokens that will get airdropped. We're going to airdrop those tokens from what one of my partners said. We're thinking 90 days after token launch that we'll drop them. We want to give the token a fair chance to get some breathing room, but there will be money to support those tokens when they get dropped.
Super exciting. Yeah, that's super exciting. That's sweet. Heck yeah.
Somebody had a question down there. I'd love to answer that.
There, you should be able to have the same call.
Yes, answer it. This is me.
Yeah.
Can I just read it? Can I just read it one more time?
Yeah, ask it, John. Ask it.
I'll just ask it. So I was going to say my biggest thing here is why pick ETH over XRP, Algorand, HBAR, and in theory, you should be able to do the same quality of video with a dynamic NFT on Arbitrum or like Base, which might be a little bit closer to
adoption is what let's talk about a couple things here. So there's a couple cryptos that we would consider to be the gold standard, and that would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Everything else is just a speculation that the technology 100%. Works and that the money is there to back the project. Now, I'm not going to talk shit about Hedera Hashgraph because that's the next wave in
Algo too,
computing.
Algorand too.
Well, we'll talk about Algo in a second. Just because it just had a pump and everybody had the influence. I mean, you have to be an idiot not to buy it at 8 cents or 7 cents. I bought a shitload of it.
Yeah,
and I was happy to get out of it. I was happy to get out of it yesterday. I sold all of it. Doesn't matter. I made my profit. That's for another show. But Hedera, at the time when I started this project with my partners, Hedera was still figuring out their governing council, and it just, I don't know, it didn't do enough for me. Like, I didn't like the projects that were coming out on it, like the Hashgraph Baryons or whatever it was, like some weird NFTs. And I looked at them and I'm like, I know it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's about the community and the volume and how much money is in, flowing through the project and all of those analytics that matter to an NFT. And I just looked at it and I was just like, I don't think so. I own a lot of Hedera. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking shit about it. It is an ISO coin. They could take over the world with their governing council up to and including the U.S. Air Force.
For sure.
I know what I hold. Now, Algorand. Algorand is I'm going to talk about and just like Hedera, they've diluted themselves. So, I've owned Hedera Hashgraph as much as 45 cents all the way down to 0.0485 cents.
Yeah.
And what you have to understand is they continue to release these tokens into the circulating supply, and they're doing it so that they can develop. But as a holder, if you're not actively trading these bags, then you're going to get caught up and be the liquidity that makes the project happen. So if you're okay with a 5-year hold on a project that continues to dilute itself into, as they sell coins into the market, that's great. Maybe a 10-year holder. But, I lost a lot of faith in Algorand over the course of the bull market. I didn't like their advertising. I didn't like some of their marketing. I didn't like.
That's fair. I think what they're really trying to do nowadays is they know they messed up on marketing and what you're talking about. And I think that's what this whole rebrand is really going to target. They made it more accessible for people to like program on it,
But let's be clear.
and they did a bunch of things.
They are with the gamers.
Early.
They're with the gamers. And, one thing I noticed even 3 years ago was drone racing. All the drone races had like Algorand signs in them. Like they were using, like Algorand is into gamers, they are definitely, in the right scope mindset of their customer. But I'm just not sold on it being my big bag.
I hear you.
It's just, look, again, like I said, between yesterday and the day before, I sold all of it. And I'm happy to have made the profit I did. And if you want to ask me, real quick, couple of the cryptos that I would definitely suggest putting money into, I would be more than happy to tell you that. If we don't have time, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to come right out and tell you this.
Let me hit you with a quick one more. So, like, why not Solana then? Also.
Well, let's talk about Solana. So Solana does not have the capability of what this NFT is going to do. But I'm going to tell you why I'm not a Solana fan yet. I think for trading, yes, and for launching shit coins, which I don't launch shit coins. I'm just saying everybody and their brother for 4 Solana or 5 Solana, whatever it is, can launch a shit coin, grab money, and jump out. I've been in and out of the Solana casino. I mean, J Chain's got me, going at night like 2 a.m.
Me too, dude. Me freaking too.
Like, oh my God, a 30% gain. Sell. And it's just, I don't need that additional stress in my life. When I invest, I like to understand what I'm investing into. Not that I don't do any degen plays or any leverage trading. I do once in a while mess around. You'd be surprised to hear that I leverage trade XRP because I understand the coin and I know how it moves and I know when it moves and why it moves. And XRP is the king of 2 to 3% gains.
That's true.
You got to think about this. If you could make a 2 to 3% profit 3 times a week, let's say you made 6 to 9%. If you did that 4 times in a month, you made 24 to 36% in a month.
Yep.
If you did that in a year, let's compound it down. You could make a 700 and 800x if you know what you're doing. And it's all about 3 trading trips. No emotion. Have a plan. Set your stop losses and your sell orders. You need to have a plan. You just can't open up your crypto wallet and be like, oh, it's up 8% today.
100%.
Maybe it'll go to 16. You got to sell some.
100%.
Sell your crypto when it's up.
Buy
profits. Your crypto back when it's red. If it's green today, it could be red tomorrow. Someone's going to take a profit. It's going to trigger.
Might as well be you, right? Might as well be you.
You can always buy it again. And, these cycles are 3.5, 4-year cycles. People are going to have the opportunity to buy Bitcoin again at a low price. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
They told us in the last cycle it would never get
under
cheaper
30K.
Oh, I have crazy Bitcoin predictions. I'm in the house at 250.
All right.
I think 250 is the number. And I look, I could argue that point all night long. And I'm going to tell you why. Because retail money hasn't even gotten there yet. Retail money's going like this.
I'm just having friends text me. Being like, should I invest now? Like you've been telling me for a while now. I'm like, yeah, you could already made 300%, but I don't know.
I no longer give crypto tips to normies, and I'm going to tell you why. Because those same normies,
only my best friends,
Yeah, but even
the same normies get mad at you when they don't sell.
I don't need. Look, I'm a founder of this project and others, and I have plenty of people that I have to instruct and serve. It's not my job to grab a random horse and try to drag them to a trough and tell them to drink.
Yeah, I
I'm
hear you.
past it. I took so much heat over the last bear market. I had friends laugh in my face. Those same friends, when I
That
was
are now
sitting there at my
asking. Yep.
buying Bitcoin for $17,000, and they're like, "Oh my God, that thing's off all this percent. You're going to buy that? It's going to zero." And I look right at them and say, "Hey man, can you just keep it moving? Keep it moving." No, I'd be like, "Hey, where do you live?" "Oh, I live with my mom." Exactly. Keep it moving. I don't take financial advice from people that can't write checks to make me go away.
I love it. I
I'll
love
take
it.
advice from you when you can
Well,
buy me out.
let's end on that. That's a power statement to end on right there. I like that.
One
Hell
to live
yeah.
by.
Well, I just like to thank you so much, Carter, for coming on and
My pleasure.
telling me about your random Catholic grandma stabbing you and all your crypto
Built some character. That's all I
adventures.
can tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, just build just all your character building adventures. You have so much to say and I love it. I
I do.
really
And look,
appreciate you.
I
I really
appreciate you letting
appreciate
me
you.
come in here and talk. It's one thing I do best.
Yep.
And Carter, you've been blessed with a phenomenal name. You make sure you call your mother and thank her for that great name. That amazing taste.
I do at least, a couple times a week. Absolutely. No, but this has been a really great show. I was glad to learn a lot more about BNice. And so the mint date is when again?
We haven't set the mint date yet. It'll be sometime next week. And
So
look,
go give him a
I
follow.
went ahead and started telling people, Sunday or Monday. I did that on a space today. And, I've got my team is so strong, and they were like, I was hosting the space. They couldn't mute me,
Yeah.
So of course Pyro started yelling at me, and she's like, "Carter, we're not." And then Darius, we're not done testing the contract yet. So
Yeah.
it'll
sure.
come soon enough. And believe me, we do a good enough job of advertising what we're doing. We will be sure to let the world
Yes.
know.
So guys,
When
pay
the mint
attention.
happens.
Pay attention because this is a really, if you like NFTs and you like doing fun things, you should probably check this out because you
And
have
we
a
would
really good
absolutely
chance to
love.
win.
Look, guys, and I'm going to say this, if you get a BNice Speed Pass NFT, come to Daytona. Leave NFT
100%.
NYC. I'm going to actually miss the first day of our event because our event's from
Mr.
the
Yacht
5th
Club.
to the 9th. I'm going to
Whatever
stay an extra day so I can spend it with friends, with the pigeons. They're going to have their event on a yacht, and buy yacht tickets now for that event, guys. But I'm going to stay with them till the 6th, and then I'm going to fly down, and then we're going to kick this thing off. And guys, I'm telling you this, if you buy a speed pass and you're having trouble getting to Orlando, you need to DM us. Okay, that's
They
all I'm
will
going to
help
say.
you out. They're very giving.
We have concierge
will.
service for our VIPs. We will assist in travel plans. We will assist in getting you from the airport. We know how to take care of our people. So if you are going to invest the money and you pull the right card and you need help getting to us, you just need to call Uncle Carter and we'll make sure we figure out how to get you there.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Well, thank you so much again. We'll
Appreciate it.
talk to you soon.
Peace.
All right, John.
All right.
So
This was a great
everyone,
show.
yes, it was a great show. Everyone go check out Carter at I think I posted it in the title of the show, Carter Nies and BNice. Pay attention to when that speed passes come out. It's gonna be a good mint. It's gonna be a good coin. They're just trying to help people. So literally it's a good NFT. It's not a waste of time. That's all we're gonna talk about on the show is things that are not gonna waste your time. So go check that out, please. John, do you have any finishing statements you want to say before the weekend signing off?
I mean, it's crazy. We've got the weekend coming up, man. This has been a great week. We've had some good projects up here.
Yeah,
And
we definitely have. It's been super exciting. We've had a huge show out and people already with like just starting out. It's probably a lot of the people that support the projects that come up, but it still means a lot that you're coming and supporting and watching the show. We're paying attention and we're blessed that you're here. We have a lot of we have like a whole month of people lined up. So like I'm not joking. We have a whole month of people lined up. So every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Come check us out. You want to learn
7
about
p.m. Pacific.
7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you want to learn about NFTs, crypto, sometimes we're going to have shows by ourselves, but the guests are going to be like cool crypto projects, people that are working on real life things. People are working on things that are going to like actually help the world, not just freaking money grabs and BS coins that they're just going to dump on you. Like this stuff is not, we're not about that. We're just about good projects. So come check us out. We got a whole month of stuff and we're going to keep on booking and booking and booking just to talk to cool people. This is Lucreativity and thanks for coming.
Thank you.